Hi everyone, this is Nadia. I am an occult specialist that uses spiritual intelligence to empower entrepreneurs into a health empowered money story to live a balanced life. Today I'm going to be covering the topic of Clauneck and what is your money voltage and how you can use it to increase your sales in your business, or if you work a job to be able to increase your pay, to get accepted better, raises, bonuses, promotions, so on and so forth, because the topic of money is not just limited to business. So first and foremost, Eid Mubarak to all my Muslim followers. I hope we have plenty to eat over the next 3 days. Just everything's about eating. It's super hot in London, and I love making videos when I drive, especially when it's hot. And I love talking about different topics. Some of you guys have request topics. This is actually not a request topic. This is something that I have thought about sharing with you guys myself. So the AC, I'm not a fan of AC in my car. I like having my windows open. So I will ask everybody to bear with me as I drive in the heat. And I want to talk about this topic that I think will be very beneficial to a lot of people who seem to run businesses or seem to have a job. And there was somebody that said this to me, that, oh, well, you know, we know the virtues of money, and then I came from humble beginnings and not much has changed in my life. Okay, why is this? This comes down to your money voltage. Some mentors, if they are very good at what they do, will talk about money voltage. Most don't, because they don't really understand it. So to me, I was not taught by a person. I was taught by the one and only Clauneck. The Spirit of Wealth Value Merchant Finance also covers mercantile capitalism, as I've extensively discussed with a client a couple of days ago, and just being very good at what you do in terms of your money. Okay, what is your money voltage? So it does not come as a surprise, or maybe it does, I guess, depending on someone's esoteric and magical knowledge, that money is bioelectric, just like we are as human beings. We are bioelectric, and we have very strong auric fields. So we have an aura around us all the time. So there's an aura, it's like a morphogenetic field around you. Based on what's in that field is what you're attracting towards you and what you're repelling as well. Okay, so one of the first things, this Clauneck taught me this many years ago, that one of the first things that you want to tweak up is your money voltage. So I want you guys to imagine a light bulb, if one can, and I'm driving with my left at the moment. A light bulb, basically. So a light bulb, say for instance the light bulb that I'm holding is 120 volts, okay? But what I have basically is 240 volts. So I have 240 volts. That there's 240 volts of what it is that I want to channel into that bulb. Well, we're not going very far, basically, because what ends up happening with that is simply it's not going to work, because there's so much electricity, there is so much power, that what's going to happen with that light bulb essentially is that you are just going to end up just blowing everything up. Okay, this is what happens with people when they short circuit with money. When you short circuit with money, your goal basically might be to earn, I don't know, I'm giving a rough example, 10-20k a month. Okay, so let's leave it at 10, because maybe that's more doable for people listening to this channel. So your goal is to make 10,000 in your currency, whether it's US dollars, Canadian dollars, pounds, euros, I don't know, just whatever you can say. Okay, so that's your goal. You want to make your 10k to start with. You want to make a 5-figure month. Cool. The problem is your voltage is not set to 5 figures. Your voltage might be set to 3 figures. Your voltage might be set to skinny 4, as I call it. Sometimes a skinny 4, skinny 5. My spirits have a good sense of humor. Let's leave it at that. Okay, so in your mind, you want to make 10,000, okay? So whoever's watching this, if you're already making 20, 30k, your mind, you want to make 60, 70k, but it's and when you get to those levels, it's much easier to move up. Okay, so but your mind is not moving past whatever that whatever number it is that's coming in. It's not moving past it, and you just think, what's going on, man? What is happening? The fact is that because money has such a fast energy, most people's voltage is very slow. So you will notice that somebody who is financially well off, that's how I put it. Now, I'm not going to say rich, I'm not going to say wealthy, I'm just going to say well off. This is a person who you can tell evidently. I don't know what's wrong with the truck in front and what that weird noise is. Okay, it looks like it's the truck in front. I will start again. Okay, so you can tell, like, by financially well off, I simply mean somebody who is good with money. You can tell they have money behind them. It doesn't matter whether it's X amount of figures or this or that or whatever it is. You just know they're good at what they're doing, right? Or they're bringing in decent money. Okay, so when you want to move a voltage from one level to another, you have to reprogram your fields. That's what I had to do, meaning that there are going to be things at a certain frequency you need to vibrate above. One of the best ways I can describe how I chose to do that was I chose to use my car everywhere. So I'm a huge fan of public transport. I'm a huge fan of the London Underground, but ever since lockdown I haven't used it, and I chose to say, you know what, actually I'll just use my car everywhere. That was a vibrational upgrade for me. That may sound really bizarre to a lot of people, especially people that live in the US, like, don't you use your car everywhere? No. No, we do not. And that, for me, that was a vibrational upgrade, simply because it took me out of the frequency of being at a level where I still felt this is not in alignment with who I am. Okay, your house can be that, your car can be that, but money voltage basically is the voltage that your auric field carries around you to be able to attract that level of money towards you. Some people are very naturally good with money, okay? I think of my biological father when I think of that, extremely good with money, just very fast talker, was a Gemini man, very fast talker, could close sales very fast. So some people are very good with love, some people are very good with money, some people have good karma, bad karma in areas. So my point of what I'm trying to say here is your money voltage can be adjusted. There was a guy that came to me, I still remember, and he wanted a consultation, and I'll give an example of what he was saying basically. And he came to me and he said, hey, you know, I have an online business, I have an e-com store, and I want to be able to bring in more sales, basically. This is, I said, what's your ad spend? Basically, I was asking him. So he told me what his ad spend was. I asked him the platforms he was using them on. I said, okay, that's cool. And he said, you know what, on a specific platform, he had used £2,000 and nothing. He was like, I don't know, maybe it's the algorithm. I said, maybe it's not, maybe it's just you. Maybe it's not the algorithm, maybe it's not none of this artificial intelligence bullshit. Maybe it's just you, maybe your field is messed up and we need to fix your field, man. And I worked on his field. I did cellular wealth clearing on him. I cleaned him, I cleaned all his money traumas, I cleaned everything. And I said, go back and throw in money on your ads. And he did it, and he started making a response. And I said, you know, it's not necessary to do ads to bring in money. I said, for many, many years, I didn't do ads and money found me. Not because I wasn't doing ads or whatever, it's people found me anyway. So the point that I'm trying to say with money voltage is that each of us has a comfort zone, or a comfort level is what I like calling it, okay? So when you've got comfort zones, comfort levels, you think, okay, this is kind of what I expect to make, okay? So when you make more than that, subconsciously the voltage is like it snaps you. It's like, it's not safe to be having all this. So what do we do? We find a way to get rid of it. We spend it, we use it somewhere else, we lose it, as I call it. I've seen plenty of people do this. Try and help people out, just anything, because we have a certain barometer of what we find is acceptable or what is quote quote the norm of things. Most people don't realize that what they're accepting financially is very little in life. Now, I will try and explain this. I would say on and off have been mentored by a very influential man, and it was very hard for me to find him. So I often talk about two mentors that I had. One I just thought was a scam. It turned out he was a multiple 8-figure earner. The other one has, I won't go into his background or whatever it is, but I'll just kind of leave it at that. But very influential man, very good businessman, very good occultist as well. So I trained extensively under him, and one of the things he said to me really stood out to me about money voltage. You know, he said it so brilliantly and beautifully that I was almost amazed when he said it. And he said, you know, when you keep speaking lack into the existence, guess what you're going to end up finding, okay? So he is friends with a lady who is very well known in the Far East. I won't mention her name. She has advised wealth gurus, like she's advised the CEO of Samsung. So I would say that, you know, this guy is very well connected. And what was interesting more than anything I found was that what he said about her to me, and she's written a really cool book as well, and he gave me the book as a gift, and minus him I would have never known that book existed. I would have just been like, oh wow, like sometimes you don't know something till somebody points it out to you and you're like, wow, okay, this is interesting. And in that book, basically, the lady has written something that I always thought was the truth when I was younger about money voltage, but I didn't know that's what it was. And she said each person on this planet has the capacity to be able to bring in between $3 to $7 million without question. And I thought, yeah, that sounds about right. I didn't question it. I didn't think it was weird. I was like, yeah, this makes a lot of sense to me. And when I read it, I was like, oh, this is very good that someone has actually written what I felt inside. I felt that from a very young age. You gotta have, in today's age, you have to have a very strong money voltage to bring that type of level of money in. I consider those type of like frequencies where you get to like multiple 6, 7 pretty, I consider it normal, right? So I thought about it. I thought about what she said, and I thought 3 to 7 million is actually pretty doable if you apply yourself and you apply something. You not only apply something, you apply yourself, and you provide value of what it is that you want to give to the marketplace. I just want to sit and complete this video. So the interesting part about everything is that money voltage can be changed. A lot of people think that money voltage cannot be changed, or it is something that you're literally just born with, and now it's like, well, I'm born in a family of people. I had this girl that worked for me many years ago when I was in my early 20s and I started my first business, and she said, you know, she was a very sweet woman, very hardworking woman, very beautiful actually, and she said, you know, my brother always says, her mom passed away when she was very young. My brother always says, we will never be rich because we were not born in a rich family. And to which I said to her, if you did not come from a rich family has to come from you. Being financially stable and being financially abundant and successful is non-negotiable in today's world. I had this conversation with a friend of mine that I've known for many years, and we were both saying that it's not really negotiable to just get by, or it's not, because it's not going to work. Whatever you guys are seeing in the world at the moment is all orchestrated. It is to engineer a financial crash. It is to engineer this whole tracking people, chipping people, blah blah, so on and so forth. And you know, most people that watch this channel are already very aware of what's going on. We're kind of just like, all right, how do we get out of this situation? What are the ways to weave out of it? So because many people are not aware of money voltage and how to really switch it around, how to change it around, I usually do it through evocations of spirits. I change people's energy fields, meaning that when your field is changed, you attract whatever it is you want in. For instance, anybody that does physics will know this. If you don't, please bear with me. So in physics, I'm going to try and put it in a very simple term, but I don't know any simple terms. I know it from like a physics / occultist perspective. There is a quantum reality. This whole world is a quantum ocean. This whole world is an illusion. You can bend, mold, and create whatever you want from it. You can literally collapse time. You can wrinkle it. You can fast forward it. You can stop it. You can do a lot with time, okay? Time is not linear. I've said this many times, that time is not a linear concept. Because it's not a linear concept, you can do a lot with it. There is a certain frequency and there is a certain space, shall I call it? I suppose that's the best way I shall address it as. There is a certain space that is called the 0 point grid. The 0 point grid is essentially scalar wave energy. If you know how to tap into scalar wave energy and you know how to program your morphogenetic fields, and it goes into a long, I don't have the time to cover it on this video, but it's very closely connected to money voltage. What happens is that your field starts to vibrate that energy. For instance, you cannot attract a loving partner if you still have trauma, if you still have you still have healing to do, you still have negative beliefs about men or women, you still don't feel a healthy relationship is possible, you still have to heal from abuse, so on and so forth, okay? So with money, you can't attract it if you are afraid of it, if you are intimidated by it, which is two things that I see with people a lot. People want the money, but they're very afraid and intimidated of people who have money and places who have money, because you know, money doesn't change you. You have to change to be able to acquire it. And most people, as whoever's watching this, you and I both know, most people don't like change. They resist change because in changing, then they have to accept the fact that maybe the path that they were going down was, I wouldn't say not the wrong path, but okay, there was a level of elite understanding, and now it's like, oh shit, there's more to life than what I thought there was. Okay. If you know how to fill in coded energy in that scalar wave morphogenetic energies, which I help people do, hence their sales increase, their business increases. I've used this all for myself, by the way, just before anybody asks, like, oh, does it really work? Yeah, Spartanite is actually the result of it. Thank you. And you can do many things. You can pull up your sales. You can do many things with business that people don't often think about. It was called the chessboard strategy by Clauneck. There are many things in business that we think, okay, well, I've got this end covered, but actually you haven't. Because if your business, let me make this very clear, if your business is not secure in the spiritual realm, it is wide open to attack. It is exactly like you going to sleep at night and leaving your front door open. If somebody knows how to leverage and manipulate energy, and your business is not protected, ooh, no bueno, no good. Get spiritual business protection. All of us who run businesses have business insurance. I drive this car, I have car insurance. You have house insurance. You have pet insurance if you got cats, dogs, whatever it is, turtles, horses. I don't know if a horse can be a pet, but okay, I don't know why I said that. A goldfish, I don't know, whatever it is, right? But how many times have you thought about your business and thought, you know what, I actually want to be spiritually protected in my business, but protecting the energy of the entity, which is your business, which is very important for money voltage. People are becoming increasingly desperate and will do anything to try and take you out of the game if you are a successful competitor, if you are somebody that threatens them. I may not have done anything to somebody, but if they see Spartanite as a threat, they'll want to take it down, which that's just the premise of business, and that's something that we have to accept. So your money voltage simply is basically changing your frequency. When your frequency changes, your thoughts around a situation change. When your thoughts around a situation change, what you come to end up finding is that the old way of looking at things changes. You think, why was I thinking this in the first place? What? Huh? I've done that with myself. Like, I've dropped timelines and I've dropped things like virtually in 48 hours. Like, my mind state and my mindset, and the two state and set are two different things, have shifted, and I've thought, okay, wow, this is what I need to do, this is where I need to be, this is what I need to be playing at, and it comes quickly. So people can think maybe, oh, this person's very fickle, like they change all the time. It's not about changing, it's about chopping and adapting very quickly. I guess it's like trying to fly a plane, and kind of like, you know, when it's like ascending and you guys can feel that it's like, maybe it's going down a little and then it ascends a little bit more. It's not like going straight upwards. It's there's a pattern, there's a method to the madness, and the same thing runs with money voltage. Voltage is all about electricity in your body. If your aura is not shining brightly, if you don't have energy, like this also comes from another video, I think it's my last video that I did about food. If you're not consuming the right things, if you're not, you know, like I've said, your body's electric, not consuming alkaline based food, your body is energy body is not clean, that money ain't gonna find you. Doesn't matter how good you are, how smart you are, how whatever it is. Money has a science, money has an art, and to top it off, money has laws. It has very strong laws about the type of people it will go to and the type of people it won't. Let me tell you that why criminals are so successful with money is because they're organized. Money doesn't care that they are a criminal. Money doesn't care what it's being used for. It's amoral, not immoral, okay? It doesn't have morals. It's not evil. It's not good. It's not evil. It's neutral. It's in the middle. It's in the 0 point energy, as I call it. All right? So it's like someone saying, I don't like knives. Why? People, you know, are killed by it. They're stabbed by it. Okay, but you can also chop vegetables for dinner. Oh, you can do a lot of good with knives as well. I personally like sharp knives. They're good. It's a good thing. So what happens with this voltage is that you're not electric enough to keep people's attention. People don't want to give you the money. In fact, there's been times that I have gone to people's websites and I've wanted to pay, and then for some reason I'm like, I'm gonna go somewhere else. Not because the messaging wasn't clear. That was clear. Not because their pictures weren't nice. That was nice too. Energetically, I could feel the resistance of money. The person doesn't really want money. They think they want it, but they don't want it. So of course I'm in alignment with what is their higher purpose, their higher self, which says, Nadia, I do not want money, please do not pay me. So I choose to walk away. Simple as that. And you have to honor what somebody's dominant frequency is saying. So how to increase your money voltage? First and foremost, you have to do almost like a little exercise. Before I wrap up, I'll try and give this to you. What's your comfort zone per week? What's your comfort zone per month, per year? So somebody's comfort zone per year might be 500k. Another person it would be like, oh my god, I can never make that. Some person's comfort zone per month is 500k, not even per year. It could be 500k a day. It could be, I'm just pulling out numbers from anywhere, but that's kind of what my guide Belvia is putting in my head. Like, yeah, you know, and not numbers are just numbers. It's the energy around those numbers, and as the numbers expand and they become bigger and bigger, you have to become bigger. The value you provide has to become bigger. It has to become stronger. People have to love you more. You have to be willing to be seen more, because a lot of people are not comfortable. Who am I to be seen with all this? Because I don't really have any value to offer. Even people who have made so much often think that. Who am I to have any value to offer? Right? That's an esteem issue, and I think I covered that in my last car video. Where I said signs you have low esteem. And with your money voltage, always remember that as strong as your electric body, like your body is running very, very fast, you can have downtime, you can have days you're tired. I feel tired because of the heat today, but it's not going to stop me from all being that magnet constantly. Like because somebody once said to me, oh well, I don't know where to find money from. Okay, so I'm in a little place and they have a little train that goes around the track, so that's what you guys can probably see in the back. And I said, you know what, money is everywhere. Oh my god, it's like pounds of pistachios that come out of the floor, of the sky. And the looks were almost half confusion, half envy. Like, you know what, fuck you, man. Why are you saying that? Here I am, I'm struggling. You don't have to struggle. That's the point. That's what I try and say to people all the time. A struggle is not necessary. You're choosing it. When you choose that, I don't want to struggle anymore. Like, is acceptable loss part of your life? Like, oh, I'll just accept this loss in my life, then yeah, you're obviously not going to be increase your voltage. If you increase your voltage and say, nope, I want the best for myself, not the best for others, not what other people think is successful, what do you deem is successful inside, and you go with that, I can guarantee your voltage will start to jump up. But your voltage and having true happiness with money does not come from bringing in money and flashing and splashing it on material stuff, although that's important because it gives you a sense of refinement. It is the love, and it is the value and the mission of the divine and pure energy of money that you can share with others that will really transform their life. Whether, again, in business, whether you want more sales, you want more influence, whatever it is you're looking for, or if you're in a job and you are looking to be recognized, I can guarantee you play around with the frequencies, play around with your energy, and you'll start to be noticed very quickly. All right, thanks so much for watching. I hope you like, comment, share, subscribe, and I would love to take up any questions that you guys have about money voltage, or if you want me to personally increase your money voltages and just be more attractive to bigger amounts of money, whatever you have in mind. All right, take care. Again, if you're in London, enjoy. It is a beautiful day. Get as much vitamin D as you possibly can. Take care. Toodles.